asked how to compare my system to the Chinese social credit system, I would first say that I was in China during the time that it was developed and implemented, and I believe that in some way I may have contributed to the dialectic on how it should be done, and obviously my perspective was not taken, and that is why I feel very strongly that there needs to be a counterpoint. There needs to be an alternative, a very strong and robust alternative to the social credit system, because it looks, and I'm seeing signs that other countries are adopting some components of the Chinese credit system whilst leaving less of the draconian components or the forced components, but they're adopting parts of it. And I think that one needs to go to the core thinking about a social credit system, where on China is measuring the efficacy of the individuals towards each other, how they relate, how they harmonize, how they help each other, how they pay, if they pay their rent on time, if they are littering, or if they do things which are according to the standards of the law or the expectations of the culture. That's, and they get ranked and they get encouraged to improve that way. And fair enough, it's highly controlled, but it is a system. It is a method. The Western world has yet to implement a method, but they use components of it. And in the implementation of a counter narrative to the Chinese idea, one needs to be very, very careful and very orderly of what the priorities of the Western ideal are. And I advocate and purport that the great idea of Western civilization and of monotheism and of enlightenment is the individual imagination, individual wishes, and individual satisfaction, and building the machinery, personalized individual instruments, toolkits, so that individuals can champion themselves and champion their choices and champion their groups and champion the people that they want to work with in order to create and in order to advance their happiness and their wishes. So it is a fundamentally different structure where a constitution of the individual will works to enforce the government's service of the individual will, and where the government is measured for its efficacy in satisfying the individual, and that the government officials can be punished and can be tracked and can and must demonstrate their service to the satisfaction of the individual. And that is a very different idea. This structure frees and empowers the individual and allows the individual to choose the direction, and with the fountainhead being their own choices and redress to their own circumstances. Whilst the fountainhead of the Chinese system is the expectations the of the party and of the culture which is dominant in the party.